What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Billy Joe Saunders. Get this. Eddie Hearn says Billy Joe Saunders could fight in September or October. Eddie Hearn says that he's spoken to the representatives for former two-division world champion Billy Joe Saunders about returning to the ring in September or October. As long as the still young 32-year-old Saunders can take off the weight that he's put on, we could see him back in action. He needs to trim down to the 170s for him to be able to make 168. In recent pictures of Billy, he appeared to be well above that weight. With the right motivation, Saunders should be able to trim the weight down. Hearns would like Saunders to fight a rematch with John Ryder and then take on Chris Eubank Jr. next year. Fighting Ryder would make Saunders the WBA mandatory for super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez, who Billy lost to a year ago back in May of 2021. Hearn didn't mention the status of Saunders' right eye injury that he suffered in the loss to Canelo. Billy Joe's right eye socket was fractured in multiple places after being hit with a well-placed uppercut by Canelo in round 8. The shot immediately created swelling in Saunders' eye, taking the fight out of him. Then in between rounds, Billy Joe told his trainer Mark Tibbs that he couldn't see out of the injured eye, leaving no choice but to have the contest halted. And he said, quote, "I would like to see Billy Joe back in the ring. We're talking to him about a possible fight in September or October. He has to get back in the gym and take the weight off because he's notorious for enjoying himself in between camps," Hearn said of Billy Joe Saunders. Let me counterpunch. You guys seen the pictures of Billy Joe Saunders, as you guys can see, looking like Santa Claus, right? Like a young Santa Claus. Look at his face. He actually looks like he looks like an old country singer, old country western singer, actually. And you can tell he's put on a lot of weight. You know, that's coming from a lot of good drinking, a lot of good eating, and not going to the gym and maintaining his body. So the question is, what's the motivation behind him wanting to get back into the ring? Did he blow all that damn money already? Or does he actually want or desire to fight again? You know, he went all the way to the top with Canelo Alvarez and he fell from grace. He got his eye socket, had a bad injury, you know, and that was back and forth. You know, he got caught with a good shot. And of course, we haven't really heard much of him since. He's blown up, and we've heard some remarks that he's made or implied towards Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. But other than that, we really haven't heard much from him. We heard a bar brawl that consisted of him stabbing somebody. So that's more things that we've heard from Billy Joe. But other than that, you know, it seems that he's got fat. And the question is, can he trim down to that weight? Another question is, does he want to? You know, we heard representatives. We didn't hear him say that. So it might be a totally different story when it comes down to him or versus his representatives. Okay, so we don't really know, and I'm not going to actually go through with claiming that he himself wants to get back into the ring until I hear himself say, I want to get back into the ring. I want to take off this weight, and I have more to prove at 32 years of age in the sport of boxing. Okay, that's what I would say about this whole ordeal. I don't honestly believe it until I see it. Okay, because he's made enough money. He made $7 million fighting Canelo Alvarez. That's the biggest purse of his career. That's his jackpot amount. He wasn't broke before that. So I don't really see any motivation, especially seeing him getting all fat and blown out of shape. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Billy Joe Saunders possibly coming back to the sport in September or October. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.